What is up? Welcome back to American Reacts. How you going, ladies and gents? We are looking at the fastest road in the Southern Hemisphere, Stuart Highway, Northern Territory, in good old Australia. This video comes to us from Jacob McDonald. Make sure to check him out. This will be linked in the description down below so you can watch it uninterrupted. All I need to talk about, the fastest road in the Southern Hemisphere. Not really sure how it works. Let's find out. Sounds intriguing. As you know, I'm definitely a car guy. Who doesn't love a fun sense of speed in an awesome car when applicable, right? We don't get that chance often to do it safe. So, yeah, let's check it out.
I've got a day off. I'm sitting outside my house. I'm going to take you guys somewhere that is pretty cool, man. You know, it's especially for rev heads, anyone who likes cars, who likes fast cars, who likes driving fast. You're definitely going to love this. And
sounds good.
It's extremely unique. It's the fastest road in the Southern Hemisphere. So
wow.
I'm going to go and put some petrol in my car. I'm going to go and pump my tires up because I don't want to be blowing a tire on this road. That's for sure. And
that's
no
fun.
You guys at the start line of the fastest road in the Southern Hemisphere with absolutely zero speed limit.
Wow, that sounds cool. Yeah, right away. I feel like people have commented about this before. I just never got a chance to look. So yeah, that sounds really cool. Of course, everyone I think around the world seems to by default know the Autobahn in of course Germany as being a famous highway that's very popular and very famous for not having a speed limit, right? And like he said, that's kind of every rev head, every gearhead's dream is to find a nice, perfect highway with no speed limit. Just let her open a little bit, you know what I mean? Now, of course, I've never gotten a chance to do that. I have luckily been able to race on a few race tracks before where, of course, you're allowed to speed. Because that's the safest place you can do it, of course. For a while, there were a couple U.S. states out west, maybe up until like 10, 15 years ago. I think Montana, the state of Montana used to be famous for having a few highways that had no speed limit. But I think they've all been regulated now. So definitely not a thing you can do as far as I'm aware, anywhere in the United States. So Australia, you're pretty lucky. You got a road like that. That's kind of cool. But yeah, let's check it out.
Yeah. At the start-finish line of the fastest road in the Southern Hemisphere. Now, as you can see by these signs...
Apologize, he's got wind noise. He had a message there, so
sorry,
it's not on my end. Just try and listen hard.
Signs, obviously, there is no speed limit. What I'm about to do is not illegal whatsoever. It's completely legal. Now, a little bit...
That's pretty cool. It looks like he's in a Holden Commodore, right? If I
history,
know my taillights right.
This is the Stuart Highway. So it runs from Adelaide all the way up to Alice Springs, which is just down there.
Okay.
Through Tennant Creek and up to Darwin up north. So the highway.
So it's a big road overall.
Is over 3,000 kilometers long. It's no joke. And as you can see, these roads are pretty barren. There's absolutely nothing like between your major cities. So what they did at the start of 2014, the government put in a no speed limit policy.
Oh, okay.
It was a trial period, and at the end of 2014, it got passed, and so for a 278 kilometer of this highway from Alice Springs, or from here up to Darwin, for 278 k's of the 1,500 k's that it is, they made a unrestricted speed limits.
Oh wow.
What's just happened in the last couple of days, and it's pretty much the reason why I decided to do this, is they decided to extend the no speed limit zone from here past the 278k mark all the way up to Tennant Creek, which is about 500 k's. So
wow.
now you've got a 500k stretch from here up north where there's absolutely no speed limit.
That's crazy. That's how far away.
It's unsafe, but these roads, the territory has always been about the people. It's the onus is on the people to be responsible, to drive to the conditions.
Yeah.
And that's what they say about this road.
That's the thing. There's always going to be people on both sides of this. I, for one, in theory, think it would be awesome if there could be some stretches of highway, like say here in the United States, that could have no speed limit. It would really help you get places faster, right, than just chug along at 65 or 70 miles per hour. But I get the dangers in it. Of course there's going to be dangers. There's dangers of going 65. There's dangers of going 35 miles per hour. Like, come on, there's always dangers. That's just part of life, unfortunately. You just got to be responsible. When it says no speed limit, it's not like people are literally going to do 180 miles per hour or like 300 kilometers per hour or something for an hour straight. Like, that's ridiculous. That's not even realistic in any car. So that's the thing. I think people are like think too much about it. Like, oh, no speed limit, that's dangerous. People aren't going to be really doing that fast. I guarantee people will still go normal speed limits or maybe 5 or 10 miles per hour above. They're not going to be flying at, race car speeds all the time. So, I mean, in theory, I kind of wish there was more of a chance at that, but it just seems like it will never come to fruition, at least here. I mean, like I said, there's no unlimited speed limit streets or highways, so I guess we'll just never know.
It doesn't have a speed limit, but you must drive to the conditions. And if
Yeah,
you're driving over
that makes
200
sense.
k's an hour,
You still got to be
it's just
responsible, right?
ridiculous.
I think
But
people are going to be even more
today,
responsible.
I am going to drive over 200 k's an hour for a few seconds at least. I'm going to try this car out. This is my baby. I've had it for about a year, something like that. And I'm not sure what the top speed is, but we're about to find out. So
I wonder if it's got a V6 or a V8. Probably a V8, I would assume.
Get it warmed up and see what we can do.
It'll.
So let's do this shit.
There you go. He said it best right there. He's ready to roll, man. That's a good-looking car. It's got some Mario Kart sounds. Oh my god. I can't tell by the sound if it's a V8 or a V6. I think it's a V8, but I'm not sure. Oh. He's getting up there now. 180 Ks. Something interesting, let me just mention real quick. Uh-oh, it just blurred on me. Hold on. I'll say it in a second. Wait. Okay, it's still blurry, but if you could see, it just something interesting about this. I've never paid attention before to the gauge cluster here. This Australian car, obviously this Holden, has just the speed in kilometers per hour, which is natural. That's what you guys use in Australia. That's totally normal. But what I think is kind of weird is that it doesn't have something like miles per hour underneath in small print. That is kind of bizarre, right? Because here in America, we use miles per hour, and that's going to be your big font on the outside, like you see here. So it's going to be MPH. But we also put kilometers per hour on all of our cars, even American market cars, underneath. They're just smaller. So you at all times, how fast you're going in miles per hour and kilometers per hour because they're lined up together. So I think that's kind of weird that we show both on American cars, but you guys only show kilometers per hour on Australian cars, no miles per hour reference. Or maybe it's just on this car, who knows, but it is kind of bizarre. Boy, he's flying. He's getting up there. Tell me down below in the comments. I want some good comments on this one. What's the fastest you've ever done? And I'm not talking about on the street. It's hopefully on a racetrack or something, some sort of safe scenario. What's the fastest you've been able to do in a vehicle? The fastest I have been able to do in a safe environment, not on the street, was about 145, 148 miles per hour in that range, high 140s. So not even 150. And let me tell you, it was scary fast. I can't imagine going 160, 180, 200 miles per hour. That would be just unbelievable because 140-ish felt straight up scary. It was fast. Like, velocity is powerful. It's crazy. So he's going 220 Ks. Oh, that's up there. 220 Ks sounds like it'd be about, I know 180 kilometers per hour, I think is 100 miles per hour. So 220 is maybe 115, something like that, miles per hour. Maybe more than that, actually.
I think that might be it, man. I think that might be it. 233.
233.
Let's go. 235. Come
Maybe
on,
that's more up around 130 miles per hour. I don't know.
Get there.
That's fast. It feels fast. You can see the velocity going on.
Oh, 235. And that's good enough for me.
He's backing off. He's like, I'm done.
Woo. That was
There
fun.
it is. Oh, 146. I was a little off. 235 Ks, 146 miles per hour. That's about as fast as I've gone. So that's pretty interesting, right? Going that fast on a highway would be even more scary because, like I said, I've been on tracks before and only reached that for briefly, you know, before having to come into a turn or something like that. So he held that for a while, right? He climbed up and held these high speeds for a minute or so. Yeah, I bet that was pretty exhilarating. Wow. And I can't believe, like, that's just part of the open road. That's kind of cool in my opinion, as long as you're safe.
I don't know what that is in miles, but that's fucking fast and scary.
Yeah, no doubt.
I don't think I'll be doing that again, guys.
No doubt. See, that's what I mean. People aren't going to be doing that all the time just because there's no speed limit. People are still going to be responsible.
Sweaty.
That's it. That is it. That is Jacob McDonald. Make sure to check that out in the description down below. That was a nice video, straight to the point pretty much. What did you think of that? I think that highway, Stuart Highway in Northern Territory, looks pretty interesting. I do admit, as much as I am kind of for, you know, when applicable, having no speed limit, it is also scary because, like, he was going fast and, like, you know, what if someone is not paying attention or someone coming at you? Even if you're both paying attention, you got to make sure you're holding your lane, you know, like that is pretty freaky. If you have someone coming your way at maybe they're doing, you know, 100 miles per hour and you're doing around the same, that is pretty bizarre. Either way you cut it, it's always going to be pros and cons for, you know, low speed limits and no speed limits. But yeah, that is pretty bizarre. Australia seems to have some interesting roads that I really enjoy learning about, you know, like I haven't even done a video on like Highway 1 or whatever the heck it's called, like the one that goes around the whole loop, you know, the whole country. And I'm sure there's probably other famous ones as well, like we've done the Gravity Road or whatever, where it looks like the car is going in the wrong direction, but it's just an optical illusion. So yeah, there's tons to discover in a vast place like Australia. Leave your comments down below. How fast have you gone? What do you think of that highway? Is it still like that to this day? And of course, leave a thumbs up on there. I do appreciate it. It helps the video out a lot. If you enjoyed this or learned something new from it, subscribe, of course, for more stuff like this. Check out that description for this original video and other ways you can support my channel. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker. Until next time, guys, stay safe. Catch you later.